This is a cast I use for big flies and for very windy days. You can use it with the wind coming in on this shoulder. You can even use it with the wind blowing in on your casting shoulder. And it moves the tip of the rod in an oval path. So I'm going to start with a lift. I'm going to sweep to the side here. I'm going to climb up and I'm going to come forward in the vertical. So it's almost an egg shape, pointier at the front, fat and round at the back, but it's also tilted. And it looks like this. The beauty of this cast is that with this ascending acceleration on the back here, we actually send the fly high over our heads. It's a great cast for really heavy flies because you understand that a normal cast unrolls like this, and when it kicks at the end, a heavy fly, it actually kicks downwards, rolls like that and kicks downwards. It usually comes through at about head height when you come forward. But with this cast, I'm aiming to have the fly kick up on the back cast, hence this climbing curve into my backstroke here, and it looks like this. If I turn the other way, if I have the wind, turn my back to you, I've got the wind blowing in on this side, I can throw in a variation. I can come forward over the other shoulder. With this cast, there's not a lot of wind there. You're pretty safe. It's also a great cast for a team of 3 flies or 2 flies. Again, we're not trying to throw tight loops. We're trying to have a good separation between the fly leg and the rod leg. So there's no possibility of a tangle. It also doesn't stop. There's not that straight unroll, that kick at the end, which is where the tangles happen. Constantly moving it. This is not a distance cast. Okay, I see it as a cast where you want to shoot a little bit of line on the presentation here. Don't try and carry too much, and you can shoot on your presentation. Do that again. Don't try and carry too much line in the air, and just shoot on your presentation. Beautiful cast. One of the real foundation casts of fly fishing, like the roll cast, the pick up and lay down, and this, the Belgian or oval cast. There it is there. Now how does it look with a big heavy fly and a big rod? Let's take a look. So this is how the oval cast looks with a big fly. Remember, we're not after distance here. So we're going to lift the line off the water. We're going to send the back cast underneath the rod. Then the rod tip is going to climb here into a climbing curve, slow down at the top, accelerate down the straight, slow down at the front, accelerate down the straight in an oval path like so. Here we go. Now what you will see here is how high that fly is clearing my head by. How high it's going. Imagine if that's a big heavy fly. Here we go. Shoot. And that's the sort of distance I'd fish it at, out to sort of 60 feet. It's not a distance cast. Once you start holding a lot of line in the air, in my book it isn't anyway. Once you start holding a lot of line in the air, you have to pause. as you wait for that line to straighten out. Now, you would think that with this sweeping back cast, this cast in two planes, side here and vertical here, you couldn't get a straight presentation. Right? If you wait, see how that fly kicks around behind me? And it comes into alignment. If I came forward when the fly was out here, I would throw a mess at the front. I couldn't be accurate. But the reality is that this just kicks around and I come forward when it's behind me. And by then the rod tip is up high. Here we go. I'll just straighten that out. So that is the oval or Belgian cast. Great cast for big flies and windy days. Exceptional cast when the wind is behind you, because you're actually sending your back cast low, and then when you come over the top, the wind just carries it. Okay, it's a great cast with the wind at your back. Great cast in any wind. Great cast for big flies, big wind resistant flies. Here it goes.